Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer bringing you Mail Monday, a weekly series where I take a look at your messages, give my responses, thoughts, input, advice, and try to make things a little bit better. So let's take a look at our first message here. Dear Woody, I'm a 14-year-old boy and I do not shave my face, so I don't have the tools for this, but I have long pubes and I don't know if I should shave them or not, when I should shave them. I'm not currently sexually active, and how I should go about doing it. Thanks, Wood. Punny, I know. Get it? Thanks, Wood? Yeah, I get it. Alright, so I get this question more than you might guess. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to finally get around to answering this. I've kind of avoided it up to now because I have this worry that, like, you know, I'm going to give bad advice and people are going to say, no, Woody, you're off target on this thing. So here goes. These are my thoughts on this. If you're looking for kind of, you know, you say you have long pubes, that you've got some sort of untamed mountain of a bush out there, and you're looking for just how to address this problem, grab a tuft, twirl it in your hand so it changes from like bush to string, and then cut it shorter. What that's going to achieve here is kind of a natural look, but not this like giant untrimmed hedge thing that you might have going on now. That's my thoughts. Now, some guys shave it bald, but it seems a little porn star-ish to just like totally rock the you know, no hair at all thing. Like you know, like you'd be some sort of pretender. I don't know. If you just want to look like a you know, sort of trimmed guy, you know, reasonably like gifted with the right amount of hair, that's still my advice. Take a tuft, twist it, cut it short, and what you will have is a tamed manscape down there. So yeah, I get this a lot. People ask, Woody, you're amazing and I need help. So Woody, I'm a 15-year-old sophomore and I'm dating a 16-year-old junior. She's decent looking but not amazing. Dude, I really like her. I have a moral code to which is rather strict and I rarely break it. Now this girl I'm dating blew a guy about 3 months before we started going out. We haven't done anything yet, but we were close to when she told me about this guy. What's with this girl? She tells you like in the heat of the moment. This normally would bother people because it's this. I think he means this normally wouldn't bother people because it's a normal thing at my high school for this to happen. But because of this moral code, it really bothers me. She's only 16. I'm not mad or anything. I haven't had the opportunity. I have many times because I'm actually an above average good-looking guy. Not amazing, but rather good-looking. You seem hung up on this. What should I do, Mr. Gamertag? It's a problem no one can help me with, and it's been eating away at me enough to message you for your help. P.S. You're my favorite YouTuber. I've seen every single one of your videos, including the firsts. Wow. Hardcore fan. All right, so let's take a recap of this thing. You're dating a girl, you really like her, and you're having a hard time adjusting to the fact that she blew another guy at one point in her history. Here's my take on this thing. You know, we're talking about a human being here, right? You know, we're talking about a person, and you could almost translate your message into something like, hey, Woody, I'm on the edge of, you know, throwing away a person because of or some physical act that they've done once before they met me or knew me or loved me or whatever. You know, what should I do about this? And on those terms, it's like, come on, man. This is a girl that you love. This is a girl that you have feelings for. And before you know, really got close to her, she was with somebody else. Yeah. That's gonna happen. That's kind of the way this goes, you know. Unless you're in a you know, a really strict society like a Middle Eastern one, or maybe, you know, India 10 years ago, then you know, if you're in America, if you're in, you know, most Western countries, then that's kind of what you deal with, right? You know, you meet someone, you love them, and yeah, that's it. You know, heck, maybe she'll be that much better at it when it comes to be your turn. So, you know, what I want to counsel you is not to throw away a human because she lived a life before she met you. You know, this is just what happens. This is normal people. And being a little jealous of it, being protective of it, I can kind of get that. I got a message from somebody else who was jealous because his girlfriend visited the gynecologist. And on one hand, oh my gosh, that's absolutely crazy, right? There's nothing enjoyable or sexual about a visit to the gynecologist. On the other hand, like, I can kind of see where the guy was coming from. I can kind of get, you know, that someone's like, you know, hey, this is something that's just for us, right? This is, you know, like, I can sort of identify with the people who say, like, you know, this is not a public access area. What's with that? But yeah, people have bodies, bodies do things, and I don't know. Love her for the whole person that she is, not the perfect idealized version that you wish you had. Those are my thoughts. Dear Woody, I sent this in last week. I don't think I was clear enough, and you probably won't answer because it has nothing to do with sex. That's funny. That's funny. I'm an English teen who likes gaming and sports, but I've somehow managed to lose track of what fun is. I play a lot of Call of Duty, but it doesn't satisfy me, and I'm bored with it. I hate it now, and I can't find fun in anything. I'm bored and depressed, and I look forward to ski. Even though I hate COD, I play it often. Please help. I hope you understand my message. So what is fun? Kind of a deep one, huh? I thought about this, and it's like, fun isn't about like the things that you do or the things that you own. Fun to me is really about the people that you're with, about the personal relationships that you've built with other people. That's what the fun is, right? Like the whole meaning of life. I've seen these things where happiness comes from. They say happiness doesn't come from money, and yeah, that's actually true. Shockingly, surprisingly, actually true. And where fun actually comes from, where happiness actually comes from, is from the relationships that you build and foster with the people around you. People ask why, sometimes, like other commentators in particular, will fuss at me for not playing other games. For me, a big part of playing games is hanging out with my online friends. And, we've kind of all agreed on a game we like, and that's why I play so much Call of Duty. That's where my friends are. I do play Call of Duty by myself sometimes, but by and large, like the really fun times I have calling duty, they're not solo sessions. The really enjoyable times are the good laughs that I have with the people in my party. That to me is why online gaming now is so much better than it was, when I was a young man, back when we played, abacus related games or something. But so you want to know what fun is? Make some friends, hang out with some people, get some good belly laughs going on. That's what fun actually is. You want to know how to have a good time? Party up, start talking in your lobbies and meet new people. That's what I did at first. Oh gosh, it's going to turn into a promo. You could go to huppetgaming.com and make a new friend there. Yeah, that's what fun is. Fun isn't, just getting a new game. Fun isn't, to me, almost anything done solo can't be all that much fun. Fun is really all about the times that you spend with your friends, with your family, with other people. And there it is. I hope that I answered your question. Suicide, bad grades, and blowjob from an ugly girl. I watch your videos a lot. Lately, people have been giving me shit for a blowjob from a beyond ugly girl. She's very fat and has braces. I was really drunk. My friends have become fags. Recently, my parents checked my grades on this thing called Parent Portal. They were terrible. I had 6 failing grades, and my only good grade was from study hall, and it was a 70. I don't know where to go. My friends have become my enemies. My parents have tossed me to the dogs, basically saying that I'm screwed and good luck. I'm thinking about suicide. There's a bridge 5 miles from my house. All right, so there's really 2 issues wrapped up into this thing. First, the one-night stand thing. I think what you need to do is be a lot more sensitive about the girl, right? Think about the position she's in. It's quite likely that the reason that, she was promiscuous like she was, blowing you on what I'm guessing is your first day together, is that she's out there looking for love, looking for some kind of acceptance, willing to do almost anything. And with her in a situation like that, I'm afraid that your counter to it was like, oh my God, she's so terrible, she means nothing to me, and just like put her down further, blow out her flame to make yours burn brighter. And don't be that guy, right? Don't be the guy that she absolutely regrets ever being nice to. I get that, she's somehow below you in social standing, but stop it. You can hold your chin high, say, yeah, we're not serious, it was just a one night thing, and work your way through this with class, instead of what I'm afraid you're doing, which is, putting her down incessantly, constantly, and somehow trying to distance yourself from her, instead of saying like, yeah, it was just a one-time thing. Be cool. be cool about that, because you're. I promise you, if you're doing what I think you're doing, which is, putting her down, then it's not making you look better. It's making you look worse. Just be the guy who says, yeah, it's over. It was just one time. On the second thing, so parent portal, I can tell you're American. For those of you that don't know, you probably, it's widespread, I think. You can go and as the teacher enters the grades in the computer, it automatically publishes them to the internet. From a parent's perspective, you get sort of early feedback, and you can address things before they become too late, before the report card's already done. You can nip problems in the bud. From a student's perspective, it's, oh my god, I liked it when I only had to deal with parental feedback 4 times a year and they were just in the dark otherwise. So yeah. This guy has 6 failing grades, and the only class he's passing is study hall. Since when did they give grades for study hall? But back on topic. Why are you failing all these courses, right? It almost has to be because you've decided not to do school. Like you've retired and not told anybody. If you're really having a hard time with your classes like this, I suspect it's not that you're giving all your effort and you've taken 6 Fs. It's much more likely that you've given no effort at all and you have 6 Fs. I think what you need to do is look inside you and figure out why that is, right? What's going on here inside of you that's ruining this thing for you. Help me here. Is there some, do you not have friends? Do you not have the support system that you need? Is it just a scheduling type issue where you need to sort of, I don't know, sit back and say yeah, I don't devote any time to school. I just can't seem to sit down and do it, and then start doing that? I don't know. But, what you're doing now, if you're failing every course, just has to be you're not actually working on it. That has to be it. So buckle down, actually work on it. I'm not sure that advice would stick. We need advice that actually works, and I think it's set a schedule. Shucks, maybe go to a doctor. Maybe Adderall or something would turn you around, turn you into the student that you need to be. Certainly suicide isn't the answer. Why don't you talk to your parents and I don't know, suggest that as an answer. They probably have health insurance. Go get a pill and see if it turns you into that student that you'd rather be compared to the student you are now. Because, look, you might take a certain amount of short-term joy in the extra time you get by not doing homework, but in the long run, and I think you see this even right now, even today, in the long run, it makes you feel like your future's in jeopardy. In the long run, it makes you feel like you don't have anything worth living for, that things aren't going right, that you are not as that your sense of self-worth is not as great as it should be. Why? Because you're not doing homework? That's an easily remedied thing. So yeah, talk to your parents about it. Suggest Adderall or something that would motivate you to study, or maybe even if you could do it without a drug, just sit down and focus more attention on that. I'm not sure, but certainly dying is not going to help. That's a terrible option. And I get where you are. I understand that how you're feeling. But that's not the answer. The answer involves actually turning this thing around. And I should share with you, I've had some bad grades. It's funny, these guys, they write me and they tell me about their bad grades, and almost every time I'm thinking, gommel, bitch, you don't know bad grades. Yeah, you getting straight Fs? I've been there. I've tried every grade in the book. I got straight Fs in college once, and there was a lot going on. I was working 100 hours a week in addition to going to school. But excuses are for losers. I've been there, and you can recover from any of these grades. Life is long, and you'll be all right in this thing. This is not the end of the road. It's just the start. So yeah, turn this around. Do your work, and the long-term joy that you find in this thing is better than you might guess. All right, so this one will be paraphrased. Kid shares a computer with his father. Found out his father watches porn. Now it leaves him a little confused. What if his mother ever found out? And he's also contemplated using it as leverage in case he ever gets in trouble for something. Yeah, your dad watches porn. So did my dad, and it didn't really leave me that confused. In my case, it left me thinking, awesome, there's magazines under my dad's bed. Now I have access to magazines too. That was my take on it. I would say, you know, your father looking at porn is not the most weird thing out there. Hopefully your mom already knows. Hopefully your mom, you know, watches it with him if that's what he's in for. I don't think you have any leverage in here. I bet if you told your mother about it, that she would say, yeah, I already know. Not every time I'm down, and this is what he does in those instances when I'm not. So yeah, just relax. It's sexuality. Everyone has a little bit of it, even your dad. Okay, a couple of videos you may have missed. On the top, going pro. So this one's really cool. It's about my conversation with my boss about actually doing YouTube full time and leaving work, and I tell you how that went. Exciting stuff for me. If you're interested in that, enjoy it. The one at the bottom, if you're interested in gameplay, this is the one for you. I dissect Ronaldinho, one of the best players I've ever met. He has a 12 KD on the PS3, and I look at what he does and how he does it and why he plays so well. Surprise video on the right. Those things never disappoint. And if you like this stuff, in the top right, subscribe and have a nice day.